Okay. All right. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to What to Send, When to Send, and How to Nail It. We're going to go ahead and talk about the element of surprise and delight and how gifting generates gratitude and revenue. So thanks for joining me today. I'm Leslie Barrett, Director of Customer Marketing and Advocacy. So today we're going to go into a little bit about who Sendoso is. I know some of my colleagues have been on the event today, as well as some customers talking about their success with Sendoso. So we'll just touch on that. I'll go into a few features that we offer that are absolute game changers for all, but especially for customer marketers. And then I'll go into some of my use cases and successes from my customer advocacy programs. We'll touch a little bit on NPS and retention and some customer events. And at the end, I snuck in some tips from someone who's been sending a lot for years. All right, so a little bit about Sendoso. If you aren't familiar, we are the leading sending platform that delivers not just modern direct mail, but personalized gifts, e-gifts, and other physical impressions. So we make it possible to build stronger, deeper, more trusted relationships. And truer words have never been spoken from somebody who does customer marketing and advocacy. So because our platform is so flexible and integrates with your tech stack, your time to value is pretty immediate. So Sendoso is the only platform that includes multiple sending categories in one. So including direct mail, turnkey gifts, branded merchandise, and virtual event experiences. So your team can really start sending right away. I really can't decide which of these is my favorite. I get an absolute kick out of seeing the custom bundles that our customers are putting together, either to drive awareness and cut through the noise, or to book meetings in these really creative ways. So I love seeing what they put together. But you always can't go wrong with sending a delicious perishable with a personalized note. So I still don't have a favorite. All right, so let's talk a little bit about sending across the customer journey. So I believe that understanding your customer's behavior and knowing when to reach out and what to reach out with will level up the experience for your customer. So here are some of the ways that we are sending across the customer journey. It's pretty important now more than ever to humanize your approach in order to stand out and build those relationships, right? So some points across the customer lifecycle. Let's start with onboarding. A successful onboarding is key to product adoption and retention. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know, but sending a welcome gift with branded swag and educational materials, I believe, has become a fundamental expectation now. So many companies are leveling up this experience with a warm welcome so that customers become excited to start with your company. Let's jump over to QBRs. Oh my God, how tough are those to keep on the calendar? So we believe that incentivizing customers to show up with like a coffee or a lunch e-gift before the meeting has really been shown to increase show rates there. Pre-renewals, or to encourage an early renewal. So this could be a fun two-part send, right? So sending some branded champagne flutes to like toast to their renewal coming up, and then sending them the champagne once the deal has closed. There's really like so many options. It just depends who you're sending to, and most importantly, your message. All right. The most game-changing feature, I believe, that we came out with last year is called address confirmation. So given that most professionals are working from home and in the office now, Sendoso is able to secure home and work addresses for your recipients around the world. So because the home address information is not saved and it's only used for that one-time send, recipients feel comfortable providing their personal information. Okay, let's get into some customer marketing use cases. I'm just going to start out with a bang. Customer advisory boards are big for customer marketers and the product team. They're usually in person, and it's such a great time to meet the customers who are utilizing your platform the most. Plus, they're fun. Well, they should be fun. And creating an experience is hard to do virtually, but I believe I did it with this one. So registrants received a custom box, a postcard, a branded bag of whole bean coffee, and an Ember mug, which people went absolutely crazy for. And what's that on the floor there? That's a paddle. Whoa, what is that paddle for? So after the product team went into the roadmap, we gave our members the chance to bid on one of those features to be built the following quarter. So I hired a real auctioneer to auction off the features to be built, and it was hilarious. Like the smiles and the laughter from that day were like worth everything that I spent. But luckily we saw some great results from it. So we had a 90% attendance rate thanks to that bundle. I think when you pair something like a piece of collateral with that's intriguing, it makes people really interested to join. Like, what is this paddle? I have to join to figure out what we're going to use this for. And then we saw about 120K in upsells after the event, not to mention all of the amazing feedback and platform requests that were received. All right, so as customer marketers, we often run surprise and delight programs. I like to send a birthday gift, and I will show you guys a little later on how to capture that information. So before COVID, I was sending an actual physical birthday card with that physical Starbucks card so they can go enjoy like a cake pop and a coffee on Sendoso. And it was always well received because who gets birthday cards anymore? I don't. And so during COVID, we really pivoted more to a Sendoso Choice, which is a landing page that offers up to 10 different e-gifts to choose from. I personally think 10 is a little too many, 2 is too few, so I really like 4. 4 is perfect. A great thing about Sendoso Choice is that you can select a charity choice as an option for those who cannot accept gifts or want to donate to a great cause for their birthday. Now it's always tough to determine all that goes into closing a deal, but our data shows that this influenced 37 ops and sourced 30K in upsells from marketers wanting to add more people to the platform after receiving their birthday gift. Okay, Net Promoter Score, who loves it? I know I do. It's the first thing I set up when I build customer marketing from the ground up at a company. So not only does it give the rest of your company a pulse on your customers, but it's also your pipeline of advocates, your potential case studies, reviews, and so forth. So we automate emails based on score. So let's talk about gifting by response. So if they're an 8 through 10, then we trigger the email asking them to do a G2 review the next day, which offers them a $30 e-gift of their choice. If they have a score of 7, and we can also do green, yellow, red. So if they're a yellow risk score, then this is the perfect time to send a branded piece of swag to stay top of mind. So just think if you're on the fence about something, and then days later you receive something in the mail that makes you feel excited, then I'm sure that positive brand experience will help them the next time that survey reaches them. Or, you could really let them slip into the red, right? But why not push them into the green with a send? This is, I'm absolutely stealing this from a customer who does this now, and I love it. And then lastly, for our detractors, we offer a $15 Amazon e-gift to get on a call with us. Now, these people are engaged, whether you want to believe it or not, they are. They opened your email, they read the question, they selected a number, and sometimes they even left a comment. So let's get these people on a call and try to get ahead of churn and then reward them for their time. Reviews. G2, Trust Radius, Gartner, you name it. It seems like this is a never-ending program for a customer marketer, but Sendoso makes this pretty great to execute. My secret to success is to offer a Sendoso Choice and place an image of the 4 options they get to choose from in the email. where you're making the ask. This creates a high amount of FOMO, right? They see this gift card and something happens to them. They move fast. They think that the gift card that they want is going to run out. So they drop everything and complete the review. I was able to get 90 reviews in a few days' time. And then from that point on, those reviews touched about 450K and closed one new business. How do you know that? Well, we have a survey that goes out to customers who just signed up with us, our closed one survey, and we asked them specifically, which of the following did you rely on to make your decision? I don't think I could get any clearer when I'm reporting to my CMO. This is straight from the horse's mouth. And as you can see, 18% of those folks said they relied on G2 and Trust Radius reviews. Add up the ARR from those accounts from that survey, and there you go. Oh, but wait, how do you know who those accounts are? Well, Sendoso, again, has an amazing integration with SurveyMonkey that shoots out an e-gift automatically after the customer fills out the survey. We capture their work email, and so now we know the account. It's pretty beautiful. All right, so here at Sendoso, I run an award program, and we're very proud of it. It's called the Sendoso Awards. Last year, nominations were in June, and we selected our winners and had a big event in August. This showcased 7 innovative sending campaigns, as well as highlighted the sender and their marketing team. We sent a branded OGO backpack with some goodies along with the actual award. And some of our customers are doing these award programs with over like 100 winners. So to be able to bundle everything together and send it out has been great for them. We've seen some awesome results both in revenue and engagement. The other reason why I'm highlighting this program is because 7 case studies from June to August is a lot to move along the process. And so the case study process is hard. At Sendoso, we are gifting along the case study journey. So just think about you're getting into, you said yes to doing a case study and we want to make it fun for them. So after the first discovery call, they're going to get dinner on us, an e-gift for their time. Now, if there's any customer marketers on the call, have you ever been so excited to send over the first draft to somebody, right? We're so excited that we're giving this over to them. And then it's like crickets, or it just sits in their inbox for like 3 weeks. And so it's hard when that happens. But we are incentivizing folks to read and make those edits on those first and second drafts, right? So instead of saying like, here's your first draft, please take a look when you can, we're saying, we are so excited to share with you the first draft of your case study, and we can't wait to send you something from my favorite bakery, or send a swag bomb when you make your edits. So whatever the send is, put the picture in the email to create that FOMO. And I swear I could not have hit that 2-month turnover timeline without incentivizing people to move along the process with Sendoso. Okay, virtual experiences. So we offer experiences to our customers, and we love having fun and engaging events. These curated events are always great ways to connect, right, with prospects and customers. Sendoso has 3 strategic partners: In Good Taste, Purple Cork, and my favorite, Marco Experiences. So during COVID, we ran a number of programs. We hosted AMAs to virtual happy hours across different time zones and sent cocktail kits to our customers. We had Sendoso C-levels act as the bartenders and make the cocktails before the presentation started. And then if they signed up too late, to guarantee the delivery, we had wine.com e-gift cards to send them as a backup. So for my advocates, we had a June launch, and I created a webinar with a Marco experience. So I selected the Magic Show and called the event The Magic of Sendoso and Beyond. And we showcased all the magical new features coming out, and then got into that exclusive show. And It was great, like jaw-dropping magic tricks, David Blaine style, just highly recommended. It's just a really memorable experience. So we love our events. They never disappoint, are the results, right? So Cocktail Kit saw a 87% response rate, meaning address confirmation rate, right? And that wine.com as a backup had an 82% response rate, meaning they claimed the code. That magic show event had a 51% attendance rate. And hey, during the thick of the pandemic, I cannot complain about that attendance rate. And then that actually influenced 161 in upsells. And I'm not done yet. There's the whole other side of my job, customer advocacy. Let's get into that. All right, so I interview all my advocates to find out what really motivates them to be an advocate, as well as what they actually like. What motivates you? Do you want more speaking opportunities or partner on blogs, or do you actually like have an obsession with cats and you want cat socks and you want all the Sendoso swag that you can? So it's really great that once they do an advocacy act, I'm able to gift them the things that they actually love, and that creates a deeper relationship. And then tie this back to the case study process. If you get them in your advocacy program, and then the moment they agree to do a case study, you'll know exactly how to gift them, ensuring reduced time to publishing a story. Scratch that. Reduced time to answering like any of the emails that come from me, right? They get an email from me, they know exactly what to expect. All right, so we have a welcome gift for my advocates. To receive it, they go to a Marketo landing page with a form where they fill out their address and t-shirt size. And then this is triggered through Sendoso. And you can do the exact same thing in HubSpot. And so these are like game-changing integrations right here. I will never send a welcome box manually again. And I'm not talking about going to FedEx manually. I mean pushing a few buttons in Sendoso. I'm so spoiled. I know you guys are all thinking that. But do nothing after somebody fills out the form and the integration takes care of it has been great. So again, there's so many things that go into closing a renewal or upsell, but we've determined that this bundle has influenced 46 deals last year for a total of 241K in close one revenue, and that was a 26% ROI, as well as already 18K in cross sell so far this year. So happy about that. Okay, keep going. I run our reference program here at Sendoso, and it is a well-oiled machine. Holler at me if you want to build a simple yet effective program using Salesforce, Slack, and Sendoso. So I do a double-sided reward here. So I send a Sendoso choice when they take the call, right? And to thank you for their time. And then when the deal closes, I reward them with a very upscale item, like one of those Ember mugs that I showed you, or a branded North Face, so they feel like they're a part of the team. And essentially they're helping us close deals. And believe me, you can spend some money on these rewards because it is just the best when reporting on closed won revenue. I can't share the exact numbers, but I have influenced millions in new business revenue. And last year we saw a 209% ROI, and that was covering all operating expenses, including headcount. All right, this is my final sending thoughts for you guys. All right, tips for sending. I really wanted to call this tips from an OG because I do feel like I am very, experienced. I've been strategically sending to customers since 2016 when I was sending custom bobbleheads to customers. Can we just take a moment for this bobblehead? I'm not sure if this guy was creeped out when he got it, but this looks just like him. And it's still one of my favorite sends. So if you are new to gifting in the customer journey, I'd start by asking your advocacy team or your customer marketing team if you could interview a few of their customers and see what what draws them in, what engages them. And then while you have them on the line, just ask them what they like. And then for a more serious audience, I tend to think that they're leaning more towards wanting to be educated on your platform. So anything you can send them, the direct mail that speaks to making them be a better user in your platform and is education based is great. And then you can pair that with a very like classy swag item or whatever goes well with your messaging. And so then they really appreciate the gift you gave them because you're also providing value through that educational content that you sent. Another thing, hit their heart. I don't care who you are, a coordinator, a manager, a director, head of the moon, who doesn't like their family, pets, babies? If you are putting together a bundle so that that C-level exec can do an activity with their child, like that deserves a call back. And then similarly, the pet adoption rate jumped 34% during COVID. If you create a dog bundle with like a branded bandana or some toys, that hits their heart right there. And then to add to that point, bandanas are great and very cute, but when you're thinking about items to select in your bundle, make sure at least one thing is useful. So maybe instead of that bandana, you brand a portable dog, So if you're putting together a welcome kit for customers, again, think what is useful and has prime real estate, meaning what is sitting on your customer's desk, staring them at the face all day. This is a great way to get your brand on their desk and stay top of mind. I received I think it's called like a snake plant. First of all, you can't kill this plant. And it's a beautiful, big succulent. And every time I look at it, I remember that I got that as a gift for speaking on a webinar and the day I just crushed it. And so it makes me feel good when I look at it as well. So again, finally create an experience. So my customer markets to banks, right? So these highly regulated industries who cannot always accept gifts or can only accept a gift if it's under $25. So he creates an experience with his direct mail sends by spending money on the packaging, okay? So think Apple. When you buy something from Apple or Tiffany's, it's like it's the quality that I'm talking about. With your Apple products, it's that thick cardboard, everything has its place, every little nook. And then there is, when you open up the box, with my customer has built he had a video mailer placed perfectly. So when you open the box, the video starts playing and it's messaging about their product. And then it's inviting them to have a beer with an engineer. And inside is a beer stein, a branded beer stein, which is under the $20 price point. So it's just about the unboxing experience that levels up your brand. And how can you say no to that experience? All right, well, I hope you guys found these use cases and tips helpful. I'd love to continue the conversation. So let me see if there were any questions. Okay, Maria, is it possible to build out our advocacy program without sending when we have a smaller startup budget? Absolutely. So as I mentioned, I really didn't have any money when I first started back in the day, but I think gathering up the advocates that you already have, these are people who are like speaking on your behalf already, gather them up. These are your inaugural members of building your advocacy program together. You're going to build your pillars with these folks, meaning the programs that you're going to build that keep them motivated and keep them interested in participating in your program. And I just feel like interviewing them and asking them, again, that question, what motivates you to be an advocate, and just positioning it more towards like, what do you need in order to be successful with our platform? What kind of things? So you're going to be offering them things that are going to help them through their journey, as opposed to any kind of gifts. You're going to say, what content can I create for you? Who can I connect you? What customers can I connect you with on a one-to-one? what industry leaders can I connect you with? So I tend to go that way when people, because I talk to folks who don't want any gifts, and all they want to do is increase their brand or connect with others. So I think that's a pretty cool way to get around that. Okay, what would you suggest sending to trade show attendees before the event to boost booth traffic? Okay, well, I'm just pulling this straight from our events people. So we just built a Plinko game. So I don't know if you guys remember The Price is Right, but we built a Plinko booth, and at the trade show, we just passed out all of I think they're called tokens. But what we're going to do this time around is send those out. So we'll use the address confirmation feature, and then we'll go ahead and put those into our emails, so that we can get a better response rate, and then show them a picture of the booth inside of that email. Again, creating that FOMO, like, oh, I want a Plinko chip, that's what it's called. It's not called a token. And so, yeah, like really, fun things like that. I've seen, I got a golden ticket, I've seen that, just mailing out those fun things to like have them come to your booth. Okay, what's the biggest obstacles brands face with getting started with this approach to gifting and sending? Yeah, so I would think the biggest obstacle would be getting the gift to land on their desk. So I think that our customers some of them are when they first start off, they're just like, hey, I'm going to create this beautiful bundle, and I'm going to send out an address confirmation, and everybody is going to want this bundle, and then they're going to put their information in. And so there are a lot of folks struggling with people thinking it's spam, right? Like, oh my God, this random Sendoso powered by Sendoso email wants my address. And so what we are kind of telling them to pivot to is extracting the address confirmation link and putting it inside of their emails, and really having a more ABM approach, and having either the sales rep or a C-level kind of send that out to personalized emails. So I think that would be it. All right, who does Sendoso integrate with for surveying? Thinking use case. Oh God, like when I tell you, I get so excited to talk about the SurveyMonkey Sendoso integration. I mean, the Marketo and Salesforce integration is obviously the best, but this one is really chef's kiss. I mean, when you can just send out a SurveyMonkey, capture that email address, set up a Sendoso touch, map the two, and then fire off your email so that CSMs can capture whatever they need to capture, product can capture all of this information, and then just to have a 30 or however many dollar amount e-gift be sent straight to your inbox as soon as you hit submit survey. I mean, it's just been great. Now, the only problem with us is that that's what our customers expect. If we are ever sending a survey, that we have to have an e-gift attached to it, but it's been great. Okay, you referenced being happy with the results during the height of the pandemic. How have you had to adapt how you gift or advise gifting as a result of the larger shift in how brands do business work after COVID? Well, I guess I can only speak to the customer side of the house, and I haven't really run into this. I guess there was a little bit of fatigue as far as like virtual event fatigue, and having to kind of shift into personal or in-person events. And I just went to a couple of events that our CEO is doing a roadshow. And so there wasn't a ton of attendees. And so, you know, that's just going to happen. People are warming back into it. Yeah, I don't know. You stumped me, anonymous attendee. All right, well, I think that we are all set. All right, I'll let you all go. I'm Leslie at Sendoso. If you have any other questions for me, if you're a customer, please sign up for my advocacy program. You can find that at sendoso.com/supersender. All right, thanks everyone.